So this is wonderful. And I love what I'm seeing in the chat. I love that people have heard things that they can take away. That was the purpose. That's the purpose of the International Wellness Alliance. And we have people who work behind the scenes who partner and collaborate with us to make this possible. And Lee Tony Ware is one of those individuals. So he is one of the sponsors for this event. He's been helping us promote. He brought on the lineup of wonderful presenters. Most of them that you heard today came from his tribe. So I'm going to let Lee speak. Please don't go anywhere. Anytime somebody is about to introduce Lee, don't leave. I just want to tell you all what he did for me personally. After I hosted my first wellness event, I showed up. Someone told me, go to this guy's networking meeting. And he took me through an exercise that I can't describe. I had a very good reason for hosting wellness events, but what I had not zoned in on was my why. And by the time he finished walking me through this exercise, it was cemented in my heart. And it was a connection to my mother and caring for her and watching her mental decline during dementia. And that has catapulted me over many hurdles as I've been working on future events. It made all the difference in the world. Before I had good reasons, but he helped me identify and be conscious of my why. He's a brilliant person. As a sponsor, we're going to give him a moment to talk about what he does in his organization. But I just wanted to tell you a little about what he's done for me personally. So thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Elaine. What can I say? The easiest thing and what I can say, I do work with phenomenal people like Elaine. I'm not sure if I'm coming through. That's it. I work with phenomenal people like Elaine, Dan Goodwin, Anna Rooney, Peter Ainley, Denise. I can't say Denise certainly. I can't read it. I've dyslexia. Michelle Booth, Katrina Grimm. I think I still get that one wrong. Yeah, and I'm still trying to think. Ciara Heneghan. Yeah, and even some like with John Donnelly in some points. I try and find the best in people. Isabella, yeah, I find, and Cella, there you go. I have to look on the screen to, I bring the best out of everybody that I can. And what do? I'm the guardian of people's futures. Too many people, they want to manifest, but they forget to demanifest first. A lot of people just say they can talk to themselves. They're not talking to themselves. They're talking to the version of their future that's dictating where they're going. You have to demanifest that first, and it gets rid of all the noise. So I'd like to lead you into a very good friend of mine. Our families go back 3 generations. Yeah. And we've had some real conversations. I remember asking Ciara a very powerful question once. Who else has to die for you to succeed? Yeah, it's one of those questions that took her breath away. I did tell her it was going to take her breath away first. So that's how real our friendship is. Ciara's in charge, well, with me on a project, School of Hard Knocks. A lot of us want to be successful. And so many different points have gone around today. And education has been brought up a few times. Education's phenomenal. Without experience, education is just words on paper. So most entrepreneurs struggle over and over again with the same problems, over and over and over again. And I've been a business coach and consultant and mentor for over 33 years. I've worked with companies like Carpetright, BP, some of the top companies in the world. And it doesn't matter what level you're at, grassroots at the top, same problems keep coming up over and over again for 33 years. So I decided here in the back of my mind for probably about 10 years, a bit like Napoleon Hill book with a difference. I wanted the drama of the entrepreneur journey in a book, real stories, authentic handbook for success written by entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs, what they should teach in Harvard, but don't because they can't, because they teach information. This book teaches life experience. It takes the experience of entrepreneurs that have literally had their nose to the grindstone, that's dragged themselves out of bed when they ain't got the energy. It's found that motivation even when everything's against them. When life, what most would say, buried them, and I would say planted them. Yeah. when they've got that bit, all the stories you've heard from the greats, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, bear in mind, they weren't successful. You've got to hear this bit. No disrespect, Tony Robbins been all the way to America to see it. No disrespect, Les Brown. They got successful telling others how to be successful. I went to people that were successful and asked them to put their life in a chapter. And then I asked Ciara Heneghan to work with me, partner with me, because she's just done a book in 30 days, along with launching a magazine, along with helping clients launch their books. And I like authenticity. So Ciara wanted to do a book in 30 days. She went to do a course. So I said, fair enough. She never mentioned it to me, just in passing. I was on an event with about 60 or 80 people. I threw the challenge to her, write a book in 30 days and have it published, come back in 30 days with the link. That's what I do. Ciara helps me in the back door with getting entrepreneurs to get, let me put it bluntly, get their shit together so they realise who they are, because they've never reversed engineered who they were. So we've had a challenging journey trying to get entrepreneurs to see their worth, stamping their feet, throwing their toys out of the pram because they can't see who they are. And Ciara helped me get them on paper so that none of you have to go through the same pains, trials and tribulations, headaches, lost relationships, depression that they have to have success. So Ciara Heneghan, it's over to you, and she's going to tell you a little bit about our project, and we'll see you again.
Oh my God, I have so much to say. Thanks for the awesome introduction, Lee. And thank you so much, Elaine, for giving me the time to be here and to share with you about this. And thank you, Dan, for being the host with the most, and everybody for being on. You're amazing. And before I tell you about the book, I just want to say something. I've been listening to you all, and you've all come with the word that you actually put in the chat in the beginning. I hope you know that. I hope you realize that when Tony said to you, put a word in the chat, you've all come in with the word that you put in the chat. And it's been such a buzz to actually watch it happening. As you can tell, my word must have been excitement. It was. And something that I put together for each one of you, and if you want it, I'll tell you, I put together the name of a book that each one of you should write based on what you wrote today or what you said today. And it was so much fun actually picking up the names just from listening to what you were saying. And that's a great segue into the brainchild that was Lee's for the Hard Work or Success book. And it's been such a buzz to actually watch people in this space. And Elaine, I know you're part of this wellness space, and wellness goes beyond how you just feel health-wise. It goes into every single fiber of your being. It goes into every cell of yourself. It's all about the inside job first, which I know Peter referred to, the inside out piece of leadership. And Lee is very much somebody who works on things from an inside out space, without a shadow of a doubt. And he said earlier on, the core of him speaks to the core of other people. So when he had this idea for this book, and he messaged me and he said, will you come and give me a hand? I said, absolutely yes, because I can't think of anything better than a group of people authentically sharing their journeys of how they got from where they were to where they are. And each time I have a call with people, or each time I send a message to someone involved in the book, I'm reiterating the same thing over again. This is not a surface book. So many people have written books, have written collaborative books, and it was because they want to get their name out as a best-selling author. That was the farthest thing from our minds. Lee had no intention of having it to just be that type of a book. We want it to be a story that has layers. And I think, was it Denise that said earlier on, you're getting through the layers of a conversation with a person, and I hashtagged Shrek, or maybe that was Tony. That's what we want. We want the layers of a person, and we've gotten the layers of 22 people who, yes, it has been like herding cats. There is no shadow of a doubt. That is the God's honest truth. But thank God myself and Lee have each other, so we can sit with that and we can go, it's okay. Everything is all good, because it's going to come together when you trust the process, and when you trust people to actually bring their authenticity and their realness and their rawness and where they are right now. And they share from that place, and then they're willing to go deeper. And we were back and forth with every single one of the authors saying, go deeper, take out the bullet points, take away that, take out that. I want more. I want you. And when they eventually finally sent in their last drafts of their chapters, and I've cried at their chapters, I sat at Lee's table, he'll tell you, I had tears coming down my face when so many of these incredible people decided that they would trust us enough to be authentic and to be real and to share the parts of themselves that's really hard to share. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Lee to bringing me into this incredible space. It's a completely different journey. I had did a collaborative book before that was nothing like this. This is elevation on a whole other level. And he's given 22 people the opportunity to actually show themselves. And he said it earlier on, this is the kind of book that's going to make it so that nobody else has to make the same mistakes. And there's no such things in life as mistakes if everything is happening for a reason. This definitely happened for a reason. It came at the perfect time. And I can't wait for you to read the book. We do not have a date yet because we are still just finishing all the bits and pieces. But when it's available, it's going to be amazing. And I truly believe that it will be something that helps people to feel better in a space that can make you feel quite lonely as an entrepreneur. Thanks so much, Elaine. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, John. Thank you, everyone.